Ladies and gentlemen, we're back on Punchlines here, live from the South Point studio here in Las Vegas. That's the sportsbook right behind me. We do this show every day, Monday through Friday. Oh, look, there's a nice shot of us there. Monday through Friday from 12 to 1 Pacific, we do Punchlines. And today, a very special guest, a man who I've chased down and finally is able to do it. He's literally at the Burger King drive-thru.
That's true. Have it your way.
He just don't have it, yo. Ladies and gentlemen, Rick Mahorn is on the show.
Yeah,
Applause for Rick. Hey, Rick.
I'd hang up on you guys.
Now, wait a second. I heard Rick order a double Whopper. You put onions and mustard?
No, I said double cheeseburger, you bum.
But why? I don't like onions.
Don't stop.
I don't like onions. I don't.
Hey, shut up. What do you want?
Okay, well,
I'll
listen.
have a Whopper with no mayo is what I'll have.
They still have the bacon double cheeseburger. So listen, Rick,
Thank you.
we haven't talked in a little over a year. We haven't talked in a while. We did a podcast together a couple years
That's
ago.
because I don't like you, Frank. I don't like you.
Well, that's Ryan, our producer in the sport coat, and this is Keith Lyle, another comedian
shit.
here.
I don't like him either.
Okay, you've never met them. Now listen, we're Keith and I are both comics, and I know you've been doing stand-up lately, and you just worked with Frank Caliendo. So how's the stand-up career going?
Hey, look, it's free money. I might as well take it. You get it free. I'm going to get it free.
Right.
No, it's coming along really well. I enjoy it. No, it's been exciting as something, something to venture forth into and try to really enjoy what life gives you. If you can crack a few jokes and enjoy yourself and make people laugh, that's all good. And I respect what you do for a living. And also, you're a bullshit ass sometimes, but we're all good.
Now, never been called that before. What do you talk about? Do you talk about your playing days, or you just talk about some stories that happened in your life? I'm just kind of curious to know what kind of stand-up you're doing.
Well, you got to read the crowd,
right.
Of course. And the crowd and most of the time they just want to hear about, stuff that happened. If Dennis Rodman wore a dress in the locker room or some shit, something funny, or even if Jordan, did you hit Jordan? My thing is, you know how y'all do it. You play the crowd, and if the crowd is engaged in it, and you go for it.
I love it. Now, you were just in Vegas here, right? Because you were out here with the Big Three. And you didn't stop in and see. How come you didn't stop in and see us here at the South Point? I told you I could get you a free buffet, which is better for you than that Burger King you're about to eat.
Well, put it this way: I ain't eating the Burger King right now. In fact, I'm about to drink some water because as I ordered it, because I really don't eat like that anymore. But I've been running around today, so it is what it is.
I know. I appreciate you checking in with us. So, how's the Big Three going for you?
So far, the Big Three has been pretty well. I mean, last year my team sucked, but this year I got a few players. I got Paul Millsap as a team captain. So he's bringing in his brothers, and But the thing is, I won a championship years ago. I'm looking forward to try to win another one.
Now, let's talk about your 89 championship. How often do you get to talk with those guys? Is there a text thread with like you and Lambeer and Isaiah, or how often do you guys get together?
Well, Frank, you already know it is a text thread, so what the hell? You just ask me, how are they doing? Guess what? I don't give a shit what they doing. It's fun because we're still, we keep in touch. We talk about the state of the Pistons now. We talk about the state of the NBA. But, the NBA to me is thriving, and everybody wants to shoot the three ball. I'm looking forward to watching this game tonight against Minnesota and Dallas. I think these two teams, can they give Boston a run for their money? I don't know. Boston's been playing pretty damn good.
Now, Boston's beaten every team they've beaten on their journey through the playoffs have had a lot of injuries, but you still feel like whoever wins between Minnesota or Dallas, Boston's still the favorite, right?
Of course, Boston got the better record. They got to go through Boston to win a championship. Right. And I've been through that, with my career here in Detroit. You have to go through someplace in order to win. But I'll tell you right now, it ain't like Boston is going to be, they're vulnerable enough for, I don't bet, but they could lose one or two in Boston, but also with a healthy, with both teams being healthy health-wise, you got to get an edge to Boston because Porzingis is expected to come back.
All right, now in tonight's game, right now, Minnesota's at, what's the line? They're
5-point favorites.
They're 5-point favorites. We got Kat, you got Ant, and you got Luka. Who do you like watching play, and how do you feel this game's going to go tonight in Minnesota?
Well, Well, when I look at these games, and I like individualism sometimes, but it's always the others that I look for. I don't necessarily, the
Nice.
PJ
P.J.
Washingtons,
Washington. Yeah.
or or you look at the Gobert if he can establish some kind of inside presence. But Minnesota has to rely on Ant-Man and also Cat. But I think Cat and Ant-Man came to life in that that last game, but it was still tough and a struggle because Lively didn't play, but Lively's expected to play. The bigs have really been out manhandling the Minnesota Timberwolves. So I just look at it in a way that who's ever making 3-pointers, and if Kyrie comes to play like he's been playing, it's going to be a tough battle.
Now, how do you scout Luka? And could Luka have played in your day when he's driving down the middle? What would have happened to him maybe against a Detroit or a Chicago? So tell me about Luka. Give me your scouting report on Luka.
Well, it just depends on where rules are engaged. And if you go back to the throwback years, he probably would have got his ass whooped. Everybody would have got their ass whooped and learned how to play. But, it's the way the league is thriving right now. It's the open court. It's more ball domination. Luka, bad boy. The Joker's bad. You got guys that are playing at a high level and able to sustain a triple-double. I'm sitting there going like, shit, if there would have been a triple-double back in our day, they had to really work hard for it.
Now, is there anybody in the playoffs still that could have played on the Pistons with you, that their style would have fit in, or are they too soft?
Hold on, let me make a call.
Okay, hold on.
Man, don't even try it. Can they play back with... Man, come on. I'm about tired of you asking me questions. Anybody else got something?
All right, sure. Well, then Keith asked you.
Okay.
Wait, no, hold on. Screw that. I want to talk about your Patriots. Let's talk about your Patriots.
Screw you. Screw you and screw the Pittsburgh Steelers.
No. Who's going to be better this year, the Steelers or the Patriots? With Mayo, and now
y'all just went and got old. Y'all just got a broke quarterback and draft a quarter. What the hell am I missing?
Justin Fields.
They didn't want him in Denver. Hey, they didn't want him in. I don't want to hear it. We'll talk later. But anybody else got some questions? I don't like Frank right now.
All right, well, Ryan, you go ahead. He's from Chicago, so.
Well, family's from Chicago.
Family's from Chicago.
Oh, hell no. What's the other guy?
He's from Chicago.
He is from born and raised in Chicago.
Next.
Well, I just wanted to ask, so talking about the current state of the NBA, these Suns made a deep playoff run last year and then traded a bunch of pieces to get Kevin Durant and then took a step back and now have no draft capital for the next 8 years. Yeah. Can they do things with Kevin Durant?
You said they took a step back. Shit, they fell off the cliff. It's the fact that don't be giving me that proper stuff. But when I look at the Phoenix Suns, they threw all their chips in the middle. And they said, okay, we can get Kevin Durant. The thing about it is always going to be health when it comes to the NBA. If Devin Booker, it all depends on what Bradley Beal can come back to be. Yeah. If he can be that Bradley Beal from before. And you can always put, some regular guys, not regular guys, but try to find some seasoned pros that are in their last year of a contract. They're going to have to, it's going to be a hodgepodge of things that they can do. They're not going to just sit there and stay at back.
Hold on, Rick. Do you have 2 seatbelts on? Why do you have like an?
No, I got my
fanny pack.
I have a cross. It's called a crossbody, Frank.
Mm-hmm,
They can't. You couldn't wear one because you couldn't get by your tits.
Well, with his
Monday
tits, he's got a
montage.
purse. That's all. He carries a purse.
I have a fanny pack that fits nice around my waist. No, I carry a wallet.
You sure it's fitting around you? You sure you got that money purse around your waist? Anyway,
he's a full B cup.
I don't want to talk to Frank. I said, okay, Frank, you're on probation right now. Anybody else has a question other than Frank?
Well, Mr. Mahorn, I'll say that you don't have to screw the Steelers because they already are.
Hell no, you started messing up with that Mr. Mahorn shit.
I was showing you the proper respect.
No, just say Rick. This is what I got.
Rick, this is what I got. Prior to you being in Philly, Charles Barkley was there, and he was he had a little bit of a temper problem, throwing people through plate glass windows, spitting out a little girl. Then all of a sudden, Rick Mahorn shows up and
'89, and we have this new Charles Barkley with a happy-go-lucky attitude, and he's the Charles Barkley we know and love today. And how much of that was due to your cheerful influence, as we've seen today?
Well, let's see if we get the timeline right. He spit on a girl when I was here.
Okay.
He spit in the crowd and it hit a little girl.
Okay, you were there.
And, I was like, man, you're better than that. And long story short, and then in Orlando, I wasn't there because he threw the guy through the
right.
But when we would go out in the maturity, it was the fact that, we kept everybody, we were accountable. And it's a lot of times you have to be accountable in life with your friends and everything that you have to do in life because your friends represent who you are. Charles is doing a fantastic job at TNT, doing the show with Ernie and Kenny and Shaq. I think it's just great that he's just improved who he is as a person, but also improved as being a leader and also a role model, which he never wanted to claim.
Now, who was Thump and who was Bump? I know they called you Thump and Bump.
You know what? I really didn't know because I've been from the Beef Brothers to the Bad Boys to the Bump and Thump. I was like, pretty soon I wanted to be just Rick Mahorn.
Right.
I couldn't tell you who was what, but we had, it's something that's marketable. When you look at it, people from Washington remember me from the Beef Brother days, and then it's the people in Detroit always going to remember me as the Bad Boys because we won. And Philadelphia is always going to be loved. But I'll tell you right now, that was some funny playoffs against them and the Knicks. I thought they were playing in New York.
All right, Ryan's got a question for you, Rick.
Yeah, so my generation kind of seems to think that LeBron is the GOAT, and having played against Michael Jordan, who I recognize as the GOAT, who do you believe is the greatest of all time?
That's the LeBron Jordan question.
Oh, well, see, the thing to me, it all depends on who you like. I mean, I'm on my radio show every Saturday on satellite radio from 10 to 1 Eastern time. But I never pick top 5. I never pick top 10 because everybody has their opinions, and it's more to me barbershop talk or arguments that, hey, you got to legit. I look at Michael and I say, okay, but then I look at Bill Russell.
Right.
Then if I really want to go back, go look at Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Yep.
It just depends on what era that you're thinking about. It's a top 10 every era. Hakeem Olajuwon could have been the GOAT or whatever, but they look at stats, and it's something where we in life we look at reality bias. It's like now, LeBron is the big thing, and we didn't have social media back then. We didn't have all this, aptitude to get to these different venues or these different sports networks. But I love the way society has evolved. But somebody will say something on Facebook, and then next thing you know, it's an argument on X, or then it goes to Instagram. But I like it because it keeps basketball alive.
Yep.
Yeah, and we're all excited for tonight's game. You don't bet, you don't gamble on sports. I mean, you're not a big gambler, or do you play the tables?
Not unless it's unless it's the Patriots playing them sorry ass Pittsburgh Steelers.
You know that the Patriots are only one of 2 teams with the Carolina Panthers that are underdogs in every game this upcoming season. How do you feel about that?
Well, that means you can get paid because that means they're gonna whoop that ass and cover. No, but Frank, we joke, and it's always about our franchises, and I love just like there's the barbershop talk about who's the GOAT. Well, I know who's the GOAT in football, and he wore the red, white, and blue.
Yeah,
he ain't wear that ugly yellow,
black and gold.
Color.
It's black and gold.
Black and PP. Black and PP. Didn't your mother teach you about PP? PP is yellow.
Yeah, she did. But they're gold. It's
okay.
gold. It's black and gold.
Gold. Okay, so they must have had some vitamins because that's the only time P is gold.
Yeah, they were dehydrated.
When you have vitamins.
Now, speaking of vitamins,
yeah, they were dehydrated. Thank you.
Dehydrated. Speaking of vitamins, where's your Burger King that you ordered? Why is it in the car yet?
It's in the car. It's just sitting over there. I probably won't even eat it.
You won't even eat it. You have Whopper, double Whopper. What do you have? Double cheeseburger?
Why you keep saying it's a double Whopper?
I don't know.
It's a double cheeseburger.
Sorry.
No
onions and mustard.
Yeah.
I don't eat this crap all the time.
Well, take a bite.
Look how
We want
gorgeous I
to. We
am.
want to see you. Can we see you take a bite of your double cheeseburger?
I got a bite you can take a bite of.
Yeah, next time you're in Vegas, Rick, why don't you come hang out with Frank and I, and we'll teach you some bad habits.
No, I'm gonna hang out with you.
That's
I'm gonna
fine.
hang out with the other. I ain't hanging with Frank. I don't like Frank.
We did so many shows together
Listen.
during COVID. We were like, I had my Mahorn shirt.
That was called money.
Oh,
Yeah.
That was money.
I could get you a buffet.
You
I get you any.
Hey, you fucker. You
On
gonna
the
pay me next
board.
time I get on here.
Write him down. Write Mahorn. Mahorn has made the
That's
board.
all right. Listen,
Uh,
I'm the board. What's the board?
You're on
got
the
an
board for
F-bomb
saying
board.
the F-bomb.
One
The
second.
F-bomb for saying the F word.
Oh, I can't say that.
Well,
This
you
is
did.
You can.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
We had bets on it. Thank you. I just
Wow.
made $30. I appreciate it,
Big
Rick.
spot right for you.
Oh,
But I
well, you
think-
need another one?
but-
I
No,
owe
no,
you
no.
a double cheeseburger.
I like the fact that he called me that word, so it made it more special than ever. All right, Rick, listen, we'll get you out on this. Tell us something that you're going to do in the next week that's fun. Like, what does Rick Mahorn do for fun this weekend? What do you do?
You know, Frank, I try to enjoy my kids. I just got my first grandbaby.
Oh, well, there you go.
His name is
Oh.
Ranger.
Oh, that's a
and
great
so he'll be up here in Detroit. I enjoy being around my family all the time. We're on the road maybe 8 months out of the year,
Yeah.
riding around watching the Pistons and all that stuff, Frank. But you know me, I like being a homebody, and I like watching Love After Lockup. That's some funny stuff, boy. I swear.
Yeah.
All right, Rick.
I didn't know how dumb. Hey, listen, I didn't know how dumb people can be.
Right.
If 90 Day Fiance, you can't find dumb enough people on that one. We got Love After Lockup.
Love after love. All right, take one bite of the burger.
Or love with lockup. I couldn't. But how you? Man, I'm done. Anyway, much respect to you
I
guys.
appreciate it, man.
Thank you.
Thank you so much,
Rick, you're
Thank
the
you
best,
so
buddy.
much. I
I'll talk to you.
appreciate
I'll call him and he won't answer, so it's perfect.
Hey, Frank,
Yes.
leave me alone. Almost got that problem again.
You did it. You did the show. I'll leave you
Y'all
alone.
be good.
Thank you, Rick
Thank
Mahorn,
you.
ladies and
Thank
gentlemen.
you.
Thanks for watching this clip of Punchlines with me, Frank Nicotero. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe. We live stream the show Monday through Friday from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. Pacific, right over on our South Point Studio YouTube page. And hey, you want to listen to full episodes? Go to your favorite podcast platform. All the video links are in the description below. Catch you on the next one.